Wait, is it really 3 a.m. already? I only opened Instagram for 5 minutes. Does this sound familiar to you? What if I told you that it's not actually your fault? Some of the smartest engineers in Silicon Valley have spent years perfecting the exact science required to keep you glued to your screen. Let's look at how deep this rabbit hole really goes. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the psychological tricks that platforms like Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram use to hijack your brain's reward system. By the end of this video, you will never look at that one more scroll the same way again. First, let's talk about what is actually happening inside your brain. Every time you pull down to refresh or swipe to the next video, your brain releases a chemical called dopamine. This is the same neurotransmitter involved in gambling and addiction. But here's the catch. The biggest dopamine hit doesn't come from the content itself. It comes from the anticipation of what might come next. This is called a variable reward system. It works exactly like a slot machine in a casino. You don't know if the next post will be boring or go viral, and that exact uncertainty is what keeps you scrolling. Now let's talk about infinite scroll, perhaps the most addictive feature ever invented for the internet. Before 2006, you had to click next page to see more content. There was a natural stopping point. Then, a designer named Asa Raskin invented infinite scroll. He later admitted he deeply regretted it, calling it one of the most destructive inventions of our time. Why? Because it removes all friction. There is no moment to pause and ask yourself, do I really want to keep going? Facebook's engineers found that removing that single click increased user engagement by over 40%. These apps operate on a continuous loop. Step 1. The trigger. You get a notification or you feel a moment of boredom. Step 2. The action. You open the app, which is now completely effortless. Step 3. The variable reward. Sometimes you see something amazing, sometimes you don't, so your brain keeps searching for the next hit. And step 4. The investment. You like, comment, or follow, and the algorithm learns exactly what to show you next to keep the cycle going. TikTok's algorithm is so effective at this that the average user spends 95 minutes a day on the app. That is nearly 24 days of every year spent doing nothing but scrolling. And those little red notification dots? They are not an accident. Former tech engineers have admitted that notifications are intentionally batched. Instagram might not tell you about every like immediately. They wait and send them all at once to give you a bigger dopamine rush. And that specific shade of red? It's psychological warfare. Our brains are hardwired to clear unfinished tasks, a phenomenon known as the Zeigarnik effect. You see the dot, and you feel a physical compulsion to make it go away. Now that you know the truth, you realize these aren't just platforms, they are addiction machines. But you can beat the game. First, turn off all non-human notifications. Second, set strict app timers. And third, the most effective tip, switch your phone to grayscale mode. When you remove the vibrant colors, the dopamine triggers lose their power. Ask yourself, am I using this app, or is the app using me? I'm not saying social media is evil, but it is designed to exploit your biological vulnerabilities. The next time you find yourself scrolling at 3 a.m., remember, it's not a lack of willpower. It's a billion-dollar machine designed to keep you there. If this opened your eyes, hit that like button and subscribe to FixLab for more content that actually respects your time and attention. I'll see you in the next one.